Okay, cycling video number 2. The first time we just talked about your cycling divided into 3 actions, 3 major muscle actions which create that cycling movement. Now, when you go and talk to cyclists about this, they often don't talk about those 3 actions, okay, with regards to the muscle groups that I think underpin that, the main pushes in that cycling action. They'll talk about a pushing and a pulling. Now what that's actually doing is it's just dividing those 3 movements into 2. And what is that through those 3 movements into 2? Pushing really is a combination of your quads and your hamstring. Okay, and so your brain is then trying to simplify, because it can't think of 3 things consciously all the time. So thinking about 2 things is an easier thing for your body to go and do. And so I think it's a nice next iteration on your development of that movement pattern to be able to go and simplify what is 3 things into 2. So then you start thinking about a push, okay, and a pull, okay, and that's an easier thing for your body to go and comprehend, especially once you start getting tired or you go and repeat it lots and lots of times. Only because the next iteration for that, as you'll hear a cyclist talking about, is just being very smooth with their pushing, which means they're just trying to go and do this, which is again amalgamation of those 3 movements into 2, then into 1, so that you're just trying to get good at the timing of those muscle contractions, those individual big powerful contractions, to go and create a very smooth movement. Because if we go and try and model that here, your quads are trying to push at this action here. And now, if as a muscle contraction, I go and draw this as a bar graph and I go talk about quads, what should happen is your quad should go and create tension up and then go and tension down, okay, in that cycling action. If you go and tension too quickly, you'll mistime it, because if your quads are active here, that's not going to help push that pedal down this way, because that's the only thing it does. And so as you're coming down in this direction, your quads are powering down and your hamstring's starting to power up. And so it powers up and then powers down, and so you have these 3 circles of contribution of force to your cycling motion. You go quads, tension up, then they come down, and then your hamstrings come up, and then they come down, and your hip flexor comes up, and then it comes down. Okay, and what we should be doing is having really smooth up and downs with that muscle contraction, because if you try and do this, you miss out on that constant acceleration of that wheel. We want that wheel to be going like this all the time, but underpinning that, as the tension goes up and down with those individual muscles. Okay, it may have confused people when I go and talk about that. Okay, hope this helps.